Hey sports fans and YouTubers, I hope you enjoyed my last video on the World Cup and the Redskins upcoming season. I want to talk a little bit today about the World Cup once again. We had a big shocker this morning. I didn't get up to see it, but I looked on ESPN and found that Italy, another team I support, is out. They lost. They lost to Slovakia, so that eliminates them from even getting back to the round of 16 after they won the whole thing in 2006. So a little disappointing, you know, for an Italian supporter, part Italian person. You'd like to see them make it, but at the same time, it's quite okay that, you know, we'll have a new champion. It'll be a nice round of 16 now, because I think Italy is the best rounded team in the tournament. I think if they got to the 16, they would have been pretty hard to beat. The tables are starting to take shape for the round of 16. Group play is all but finished, excepting groups G and H, which will finish up tomorrow. Portugal plays Brazil tomorrow, and Portugal probably won't win that game. And then Korea plays the Ivory Coast. Sorry, apparently having problems speaking this afternoon. Now, what you're looking at with the Portugal game is they need to score at least one goal. I mean, they have a +7 goal differential. They scored 7 goals in their last game, and that was amazing. The problem being that if they do lose this game, they don't gain a point, and if the Ivory Coast does win their game by 3 goals or more, I believe, they have a chance to get in to the next round and oust Portugal. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Brazil will win Group G. I think that's been predetermined from the beginning, even though this is considered the group of death. And I think Portugal will be the runner-up. In Group H, we have Chile, Spain, Switzerland, Honduras. Tomorrow, those matches will be settled, and we'll find out who's going where. Chile plays Spain, so that should be a very good matchup. I think that's only going to be a 1-goal matchup. And Switzerland plays Honduras, which probably won't have much bearing on the outcome of the entire group. I think that the two that will end up moving on to the next round are Spain and Chile. I think Spain moves on because they will score at least 1 goal, win the group, and move Chile into the runner-up position. And that will complete the board for the round of 16. Now, in the round of 16, you have, obviously, some matchups. Obviously, that was really stupid to say, but you have some pretty interesting matchups here. I want to start with probably the most interesting out of all of them. Germany and England. 2 world soccer powers, both very, very disciplined, very good teams, but both have kind of underachieved this entire tournament. Germany did get through to the next round, but had a couple problems, even though they did beat Serbia 4-0. It looked a little touch and go there against Ghana for a while. England has been unimpressive throughout most of the tournament, as we all know. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that David Beckham isn't playing in this World Cup. Now, people are going to say what they want to say. They're going to say stuff along the lines of, oh, well, you know, Beckham isn't that big of a deal. He's a big deal. You know, he's a very strong forward. He sets up plays for the English. He sets up, you know, pass plays, scoring opportunities, takes a lot of good free kicks. It's a very strong leg, as most of the world knows, and does cover a lot of ground. So say what you want about him, but he has a huge impact when he's not in the lineup. You can see that the English offense is not having, you know, as much success as they did in the last tournament. Germany, on the other hand, does have most of their players intact. They did have to finish one game with 10 players because they had a red card, but I believe they have had all those discipline issues sorted out. I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to win it 1-0 in overtime, but it should be the best game of the tournament. Corresponding to that game is the Paraguay-Japan game. That's actually the one that's under the Germany-England game in the bracket. Paraguay's probably going to win that game 3-0. Won't be close. Japan's a fine team. They beat Denmark today, thus securing their spot in the next round. It's a great moment for Japan soccer. I don't know if they're there yet. I just don't know if they're quite there yet to contend with a team like Paraguay. Paraguay is, one of those South American teams that really just plays very good soccer, that can do amazing things with the ball, and they're going to be very tough to beat. It's always very tough when they get into the tournament. They're very well coached, very well disciplined, so it should be interesting to watch. But at the same time, I don't think that Japan's going to put up too much of a problem. And one of the best games in the tournament, if we go up one bracket from that Germany-England game, is the Argentina-Mexico game. Wait a minute, did I say Argentina versus Mexico? Yeah, I did. Now, a lot of people, I bet, thought this would be a Final Four matchup. I know Mexico probably isn't on a lot of people's radar screens in terms of soccer. Well, they're a pretty good soccer nation, Let's give them a little credit. They're a pretty good soccer nation. They're very talented. They take their free kicks when they get them. It's a good team. It's a very good team, a good offense. The problem is they can get a little porous on defense. Argentina, we all know what they can do. They're one of those South American superpowers in soccer. Honestly, probably the second best team in this tournament, according to many, many people. I think that Argentina will end up winning this game, but it'll be another very close game. I think Mexico manages one goal, and in overtime, Argentina wins 2-1. But it's going to be pretty touch and go for a while for Argentina. I think they may get a little shell-shocked, seeing how good this Mexico team is. But in the end, their talent's just way too tough to override. In another matchup, we have the Netherlands and Slovakia. The Netherlands is probably going to take that game pretty handily. 4-1, I could see that happening. Slovakia's on a nice run. They had a nice, upset of Italy today, but there's only so much magic the World Cup can contain. I think the team that's really got the Cinderella push behind them this year is obviously the United States after what we saw yesterday, but I'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, I think the Netherlands wins that game 4-1. It's not close throughout. They may get Slovakia may get a goal at the very tail end of the game to stave off a shutout. In the United States and Ghana game, I mentioned this last night when I made my video that Ghana is, Ghana's a very good team. Historically have given the United States a lot of problems, those teams from Africa. They're a young, physical, athletic, fast team, very precise with their passing. So it's going to be a tough matchup for the United States. However, I think the United States does win on a last-second, one of those overtime, injury time goals, like we saw in the Algeria game last night. I think with the carryover from that, they're going to be playing, very well. They want to show the world that they're a much better team than people are giving them credit for, and they want more respect around the world. In the final matchup, we have Uruguay versus the Korea Republic. Once again, I think Uruguay takes that one easily. It's going to be probably 3-0. I don't see Korea being able to penetrate the Uruguay defense. But I mean, there's always one Cinderella every year, it seems, during the World Cup. And that one for me this year, I know this is going to sound biased, but it's the United States of America. I think they're finally going to break through, get to that Final Four round, maybe even get to the championship game. I think the 4 teams in the championship round are going to be Spain, Argentina, Brazil, and then probably the United States. I don't know why I'm picking the United States. I just think they have a great chance to win it. I think they're going to do, I think they're going to do a lot of good in this tournament. They're going to show people that soccer's more popular than people giving credit for in the United States. I think that win last night puts USA Soccer on the map, even though their 2002 campaign helped with that. I think this year has really put soccer on the map. I think you're going to see it grow over the next 10, 15 years. So I'd love to hear your comments. Give me some questions, concerns. Hey, if you even want to disagree with me, that's fine. I'm more than willing to listen to other people's opinions. And if you want to send me a video response, that's cool too. So, this is TheaterMan527, and go USA!